Theme song.
Stardate 491, Captain Annie concludes her rounds in the prison area. Unfortunately, she's had to expand their use of the space out to include this hallway, and that still doesn't seem to help with their growing oxygen problem. Let's show you what's going on here. Things are getting pretty bad here for oxygen. We've just installed this oxygen generator here, and now another one is also installed, although it says it's idling for some reason. So I guess that's like too far away. Why isn't that filling oxygen active? Okay, so hopefully that's going to help a little bit with this area, but that means we are going to increase the amount of water we're burning. But taking a look, the back of the ship does have a lot of oxygen problems. So while we are still picking apart the bones of those defeated ships, we might be headed for defeat too if we're not careful. And we can't, I mean, really what we need to do is get rid of a bunch of these prisoners. They are breathing up too much, just too much oxygen. So hopefully we can solve that, as obviously our oxygen is a problem here, and solve that soon. In the meantime, we continue to transfer things over from the moving on up. I do believe that we want to say goodbye to this thing. However, there is a part of me that's like, oh, I don't know, maybe we haven't really fully, kitted this out properly. There's no stock room, basically. We've got some storage here and here. So that's one thing that I kind of overlooked in this grand design. I really love the design. But yeah, maybe we don't need these massive hallways. Like, look how big this hallway is here. And maybe we don't need single rooms for everybody, which we didn't achieve anyway. We've had to open up these barracks at the back for what do you call it? Overflow sleepage, mainly on one of the shifts. One of the sleep shifts, I think, is a little unbalanced, and that's to make room for all of our shooty teams. And that brings me to another point that a bunch of you have brought up in the comments. Thank you for the comments, as usual. But our teams, the colors have gone crazy. They're a little bit crazy right now, and I think we just need to go over them all. I think I need to reorder all these colors, and I think that I want my shooting team. We're gonna do, I think, a modified Star Trek. Okay, so we're gonna go back through this, and our command team, of course, Captain Annie, this is what they're gonna look like. The commanders are gonna look like red. And then the other thing is our team 2s and 3s, our shooty teams, we need to go through them all and make sure that none of them are actually allowed to do scrapping and or visits to other ships. That's going to help us with a lot of things that we want to do, like, I don't know, have our shooting teams on this ship and available at all times. So that's going to help us with that, and I don't think we need all those people freed up to come over onto these vessels right away, because we have enough bots, and we can build more, of course, and we have enough other staff. Do you call them staff? Are they called staff? I'm not really sure. At any rate, we're going to start mining this. I'm going to go through all these uniforms. So let's say the command team, the commanders are going to be red. So that's probably going to be Captain Annie, and then Captain Owen will probably get demoted to like a first officer, but that's okay. I want our doctors and botanists to be blue, and then technically our engineering and security teams would be yellow. But I'm going to modify the Star Trek a little bit, because what I want to do is find shooty team people easily. So our engineers, I think, will have to be some other color. I think maybe we could go to brown, or we could have them white, as we currently have this. These are the old crew of the SCS moving on up, and these are mostly, I believe, like pretty good botanists. So we're going to make those blue, and our doctors blue as well. I mean, we could leave them white, because then we at least can easily spot our doctors. So this way, so that's another modification to the system. Okay, so white is going to be science and botany. And then blue will be our doctors. Primarily our doctors. I mean, weapons, like, Dr. Thumbs has an accuracy of 106. I mean, Dr. Thumbs really should be on a shoot. He should be a combat medic. I mean, how many doctors do we have? Let's move Dr. Thumbs into a combat position, I think, because we can't leave those kind of sweet abilities behind. And then I think we need another color for people that we're willing to get rid of. Maybe we could change the pants or something to yellow pants. That's the color of people we're trying to get rid of. I don't know. I mean, he's okay, but again, like, he's got Dr. Blue on right now, but he's only a medical of 2, which is not necessarily that great. He's more of just a general industry person, which I believe we are going to make brown, or yeah, I think brown will work for that. And then our shooting teams will be in yellow. Or should it be the other way around? I guess brown is going to work for these guys. We're going to make these guys brown, like military fatigue style. Although it looks a little like flesh tony. There we go, like something like this. And maybe slightly lighter pants? No. Almost. I think the closest we're going to get is maybe that. And also like the nicest look. So those are going to be our... I just click that a few more times until we get long sleeves. There we go. So those are going to be our new shooty teams, and they're going to look a little more not as black, which I guess I kind of like, but I just want to see what the brown looks like. It's going to be kind of like a new version of the Starship Trooper look of my little stormtroopers. I suppose we could make them what do the spacesuits look like if they're just pure white? Let's go as light as we can. Okay, where's Wednesday now? What does that look like? We could also go with stormtroopers, but those stormtroopers, like, the trim looks quite brown around the thing. So I guess we could do this. We could go into here, edit. Let's see if this is the trim. Does that look cool, or even darker? So, I mean, that could be our stormtroopers. That could be what our stormtroopers look like. It certainly looks... You know what? The problem is it looks easy to spot if you go white. Okay, Wednesday. What about if your shirt is... And yes, this is important. All right, we could just go green. I mean, they look like soldiers at least that way. That's a bit more like, Western military or whatever. Camo, forest camo. You got to blend in the thickly forested spaceships of the outer space. So that makes sense to me. So we'll do something like that. In the meantime, has our oxygen situation gotten a little better? We've increased it to 69% general coverage. Nice. And we've got some people... Like, there's a lot of issues, basically. We're going to have some deaths if we're not careful. And starvation is going to start to run rampant because we just can't feed this many prisoners. We took on way too many prisoners. But again, like, what was I supposed to do? Like, all the ships in this whole sector attacked me at once. So I think I fared rather well. I just think that our next couple of jumps, the most important thing that we're going to be looking for is going to be the military alliance. We have got to find them so we can offload some of this dead weight. All right, for the most part, things have been sorted out here. I've got the priorities sorted out for any of the colors, and I've gone through the color assignments. If you have yellow, you're just sort of a general all-arounder / industry. You're the engineering crew, of course, so we send you to do logistics. We also send you to the derelict vessels. If you've got white on your shirt, you should stay home and grow the food. We have a few doctors, fewer than before, but don't worry, some of the white shirts are also capable of medical and have that on a lower priority, but it'll still get done by somebody. But those people are also not leaving the ship, so we actually have very few people able to go and do derelict vessel work. It's all just the engineering staff. And that's all right because we still have the bots, and we can have more bots as we need as well. I've also deprioritized. If you're wearing green, you're wearing military fatigues, then you've been deprioritized for going on mining work. However, that's not the end of the world. If I see somebody coming, I can always just return home. Like, just tell these individual vessels to return home. It's if I have soldiers all the way over here doing stuff that becomes a problem, because then I have to collect them one at a time and bring them all back. Whereas this way, I just need to draft some shuttles and bring them back in time. And then if I have any stray people, well, that's okay. They can stay there during the battle or something. I don't know. So now that that's done, I believe I have some full teams. Yeah, see, now that they select really nice, you can tell that we've got our full teams back on this vessel. And now I think we'll just take the captain's team. I can draft them and bring them on down here to go and do an away mission, because we actually have not explored the SGS Veldarian. We got close to doing it. We wanted to, But unfortunately, we were, how do you say, waylaid. So this captain's team is going to go here. Wait, where are you guys going? Oh, so you're going to a vessel. Okay, who's coming? Okay, this one looks like it's going to dock. So once it docks, we're going to draft this shuttle and take it over so that we can go do a small away mission with the captain's team. The captain's team approaches and docks just off the starboard, I guess, bow, because the engines are at the back, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And they begin their exploration. I am looking forward to Alpha 13. We don't know when it is, although I've heard rumors that it might be heading to the experimental branch somewhat soon. Who knows what that means? Is it a matter of days or weeks? I'm not sure. Oh, the military alliance is coming to us this time. Oh, that is great. That is just great news. Okay, Lyson takes a big hit there, but that's all right. We'll deal with this alien bug pretty fast. So that'll be good. We can sell off some of these prisoners and give them away for a boost to our oh, good lord, watch out. Okay, I don't know. The dodge, I'll never figure out the dodge mechanic, and I know a lot of you, Team Fiasco and Snowflake are definitely making fun of me for not being able to dodge, but, you know, we do what we can. We're going to pop this door and start firing some rounds down into this hallway. There's a lot of haulers here, and they're doing a lot of initial hits of damage. Miles has actually taken almost too many hits for comfort here. We'll bring Marie back over to here and have her continue to do that shooting. Looks like there's another hauler on the way. And on the way this way. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's pull out of here so that door closes. Okay, this is bad. This is actually really... this is... Okay, we need to focus up here. Okay, we've got a couple of people down. Get out of there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the captain did not make it back. We have Marie and Lyson being captured. And then this bug, we're going to wait till he disappears and try to save the captain. We need an escape team pronto. Like, how many haulers was that? That was a crazy amount of haulers. Okay, let's get teams 2 and 3 to pull up. And we'll bring teams 2 and we'll bring team 3 down to this one. Heck, we'll just bring them all here. Okay. What do you have? Let's draft you and bring you back over here. Okay. In the meantime, we need to save these people here. So I'm gonna pop Miles out. Nope, bad idea. Miles, get it back in there. Okay. Some kind of bug. Oh my goodness, this is bad. Miles is stuck out here now for some reason. Can you board the ship? Oh no, Miles! Okay, Captain Annie, we're gonna draft you and pull you on board here. Okay, good. Let's depart and dock right over here. We have to... I'm not gonna be able to save Miles here. Oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta go. Where are you going? That is absolutely not where I told you to dock. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh crap. Okay, this is bad. We might lose Miles to a routine alien expedition. Okay, you're being drafted because this is absolutely ridiculous behavior that you can just take over one of my docking ports. Okay, Team 2 board up onto there. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely bonkers right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to save him right now. Okay, what do we need? We need a fully stocked medical bay. And we need doctors standing by. Do these have... They have IV, and we have medicine here. So we're going to have to pull the doctors. We'll draft them. When we're on the way back, we'll draft them, and we'll dock right here. Okay, we're going to get rid of Roni and Valis, please. Guys, thank you. You guys, go away. Go do something. Team 3, board this vessel, and go and help with the rescue. The rescue effort arrives. One shuttle here. I think we're going to have them board back over here. We're going to get Captain Annie. Let's have Captain Annie come out back through the spot she was before. And let's have the entire team board through this airlock. That'll create a little bit of a choke point, which will create a concentration of fire. However, that goes both ways. We will be able to fire more effectively, I think, on the haulers. I mean, what was that, 5 haulers or something? I keep forgetting my own lesson, which is to never let your guard down around those fools. I don't know that Miles is savable. at this point. And I think my own, I don't know what you call it, bravado of sending only the captain's team is to blame. Okay, we dealt with that hauler fairly effectively. That's fine. Team 3 is coming up. Let's actually dock this vessel over here for just more opportunities to get out of here. We're going to have to rescue him and get him back to medical attention as soon as possible. Team 3 enters as well. Team 3 enters the chat. Okay, Captain Annie's going to pop out this way and come around to help. They fire with such firepower that they actually blast through the door. But there's more spiders and haulers on the way shortly. So let's get in here and let's start freeing these people. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get anybody. Doesn't matter. Okay, Tanya, I want you to pick up Miles right away. Okay, and I want you to get on that vessel. Okay, somebody else did. That's fine. Okay, Nisman, we're gonna get you to pick up Marie. Captain Annie, I'm gonna bring you. Move to there. Okay, there we are. And I don't know who has. Okay, who has the person? That's all I care about. Okay, there we go. Okay, we've got our injured parties. Let's actually eject Nisman and... Actually, we might need people to carry... That's fine, okay. We're going to bring you around here, and that shuttle needs to screw off. Then what we're going to do is we're going to wake up and draft Dr. Aura and bring Dr. Aura there, and Colleen is also a doctor. She's going to earn her stripes today. We'll bring Colleen here, and... I mean, heck, we could just bring some other folks, like, is Babyface around? Okay. Babyface, you don't have good medical skills, but we're going to bring you around just in case you need to help carry people. Okay, the hospital ship is off. Everyone else, in the meantime, moves forward. Captain Annie is going to rejoin that. Oh, wait, Captain Annie first is going to save Lyson, and then they can rejoin. Although Lyson may have injuries, so we'll have that get dealt with in a second here. Okay, yeah, Lyson needs a bit of help. Okay, communication request. All right, we're a little busy at the moment. Okay, let's just have you pick up Lyson and get out of here. Team 2 and 3 can finish sweeping the ship. Oh, I hope we don't lose Miles today. I really hope we don't lose Miles. Okay, where's my vessel? I think it's this one here. That's got Sharon on it. Miles and Marie. I see. Marie needs help, I think. But she's doing okay. Miles is... okay, you know what? We're looking for a faction member who sent out a distress call. Oh, yes, we have refugees on board. Accept and receive settlement. Yeah, we'll take 2,400 credits and all of that. That seems good. Let's do that to the Lotus. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, we are going to talk to you in a bit, though. We need you, but not at the moment. Okay, Sharon. All right, all the doctors have shown up and are ready. We need to get Miles some help immediately. Okay, I want you to pick up Miles. Good work. And deposit him on this medical bed here. Good work. Okay, Marie is probably going to go and get medical help, I assume. Nope, Marie's just going to sleep it off. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, so now we're going to undraft both of you. All right, and jobs assign medical to Dr. Aura. Okay, Dr. Aura, what can we do here? Can we save Miles? Can we bring Miles back from the brink? Okay, he seems to have been healed. The only issue being, does he have any regressing wounds? If he has regressing wounds, then he's going to be a problem. Okay, hang on. He's decided to lie on the side of the bed. We need logistics fluid. Stat. Babyface, get on that. Oh, you can keep them drafted and have them do logistics. It looks like it undrafted him, though. That's okay. It looks like Miles' health has gone up slightly. He might be healing. I'm not sure why he's decided to lie that way on the bed. But listen, honestly, whatever Miles needs for his healing is what Miles gets. Because ultimately, we just need him to come back to work. Recovery is boosted. He's sleeping. He has a full stomach of food, and his health is going up. Okay, had he had a regressive wound, though, he would not have made it, unfortunately. Let's bring this drafted vessel back, because we are absolutely not done yet. Team 2 and 3 is not doing great for oxygen, so let's actually get you guys to oxygenize yourselves. And then this... Oh, we've lost Axel. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Okay, Team 2 here. One of you, can you just, like, O2 Axel up, please? Thank you. All right. There we go. We're back. We're back. Okay, there we go. And let's undraft this because Lyson is actually in a pretty bad way as well. What's Lyson's deal? There's Miles. Lyson has no regressive wounds and 45 health, so he will survive. But this ship truly gave us a scare. That was pretty bad. All right, Dr. Thumbs, let's send you... How much O2 do we have there? Oxygen 200 left. Okay, we're going to have to clear this out quickly. Because Dr. Thumb's oxygen is pretty low right now. O2 saturation dropping amongst the whole team, and that's because I got distracted, okay? I was focused mainly on if Miles was going to make it. I just didn't want to lose any more people after the losses, or the loss, I guess, suffered in the previous mission. All right, so Creepy Bridgie, why don't you come and grab Axel here and get on one of these vessels and then get out of here. In the meantime, what do we have? Okay, I mean, it's whatever. It's not a terrible haul, but it's not like a, write home, write a book about it haul. Okay, Axel's good. Okay, so Team 2, board this vessel. Team 3, board this vessel. And then once we've docked you back at home, everything will auto-undraft, and you guys can go about your duties on this vessel. I recommend seeking a little R&R to get rid of some of your wounds there. And the salvage crew... Oh, okay. The salvage crew will be along shortly to deal with what's in this vessel. Captain Annie reviewed the files of all of our massive stock of prison, and we've decided we're going to keep and work on... here he is. Tyrannico, pretty good stats here across the board. Might even be useful as a shootsman. So we're going to try to recruit Tyrannico. We're going to try to recruit Harkwood over here. Medical 3, Research 3, which is meh. I just really like his name, so I want another doctor. And then, where was Claire? Is down here, I believe. Claire, we're already trying to recruit her. Medical and Construction 3, so some good additions to our team. And then I think there was one more. There she is, Kathy. We're going to have to rename her because we already have a Kathy. However, Weapons 3, Surrender -15. She will be an excellent addition to our violence teams, which we can have on standby. We have 4 full teams, but we already have a couple extras. Other than that, all the rest of these people, I mean, let's check out Valentin. Maybe I was wrong about him. No, I was right about Valentin. We're going to get rid of Valentin. And Ron's pretty good. Construction 3, Navigation 2, General all-arounder, but no industry or mining, so he's not going to be useful in the long run, especially with that weapons rating. So other than those few people, we're going to be trading off the rest of these slowly through a series of trades for goods to give them their money back so that they can then give me that money back in settlements. So yes, we will still end up, losing some stuff in trade. However, in the end, I think we win. It's sort of like a neutral, a carbon neutral sort of prisoner exchange at that point. Oh my goodness, sadly, the Pasquale, or the person who's operating the panel, is not going to let us claim bounties or sell any captive crew. This is bad. So we know who we're going to keep, but we cannot, unfortunately, get rid of them here. However, this is having trouble keeping the oxygen up. Yes, that's true. But I don't see too many people freaking out anymore. Yes, there was some fighting going on in the hallway, and we'll keep giving them that spread so that they can keep taking that oxygen that they need. But for the most part, this isn't terrible. We're managing. It's not great, but, the back area certainly needs more oxygen efficiency, so we're going to have to figure that out. I can add more of these. I just don't want them to get any close to the, the comfort rating issues here. I wonder, could we sneak one in here, maybe? We could move that gas scrubber over to, we could move it over to, like, here. Yeah, and then put the oxygen generator right there. I think that would work. Obviously, we want to put batteries there, but I guess that'll work to get us some more oxygen pumped into the back of the vessel. No sooner had I spoken than Doriana decided to join our team. I don't remember working on getting Doriana to join the team. That was specifically not one of the people that I wanted on board. But here she is nonetheless. Shielding 3, medical 3. And then actually a 1 and a 2 and everything else. So at least she can do everything. She's just not going to be useful in a combat situation. So let's put Doriana. Let's give her... She's just generally useful. So let's give her status as an engineer. We could move her up to doctor, but I don't think we need that many doctors. So Doriana, welcome aboard. Let's make sure your priorities are set right, but you actually might do well on this crew. So you snuck in. You snuck in before we could get rid of you. Good for you. Unfortunately, as per our discussion in the comments over the last few videos, any robots that are built on this ship, I don't know that I can move them over. I can turn off, where they work and prioritize where they work, but I don't think I can assign them to a new base. They are, connected inextricably to their particular bot station. So, unfortunately, these bots will have to go down with the ship. I'm sure by Alpha 13, that's probably something they're going to alter. Or you could take apart the bot at least so you can get the pieces and then bring them over in pieces to these ships. But as of now, they kind of are a fixed resource from a ship. But that's okay, because I think what we could do is... This area is slightly awkward. So I think what we could do is line this area with bot stations, and that kind of frees up this space here. Perhaps it does not. I thought for a second it might. It would if I got rid of if I reordered some of these things a little bit. So probably move that over. I'd have to move it over a bit more, wouldn't I? It would have to go right there. Which means I'd have to move this oxygen generator. So let's do that. Let's move the oxygen generator to there. And then we can get another storage bay in right here. And then we can put something in there that's 1 thick, maybe just like a gas scrubber or something. At which point we're going to need to move these lights. So let's dismantle these lights and wait for Alpha 13 to give us floor lights. That's when I'll do the next episode. Yeah. But I think if I want to do, I could do some more storage here. And I'll just preemptively do that. And then that's going to give us something there. So maybe we could put a work light right there on the corner. And so this area will get a little darker. Oh, that's just what it is. Now, similarly over here, we could look at redesigning this place. And getting some more storage out of this area here. At least we could move these. If I moved 3 of these, we could then get another storage bay right here. Now that's kind of a problem though, because these 2 storage bays are great and all, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be really hard. It's going to be quite a long walk to get over there. So I think for the time being, let's just put in some more robots to help us, and then we're just going to have to be, good about getting rid of excess goods. Either through sales or through maybe even just 4 more. 4 more salvage robots, because we also don't want to... Oh, come on. Why can't I build it there? I can't build it there because... Okay, normally... I think I would be able to build it there if it weren't for this thermal reg. So let's move that right next to this door here like that. Okay. So yeah, we don't want to build too many of these because then we're going to have a crunch in terms of energy cells, which we already do because they're also going to be used in the laser guns as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and make sure that our production lines are producing enough energy cells to keep all these bots alive. We're just about to get ready to go here, but I'm going to take a look at some of my production runs. We have some decent amounts of base metals, lots of noble metals, and not very much raw chemical, but I think we've made some chemicals with that. So... what kinds of things can I get done with these, noble metals? That's what I want to look at. And I think I can press them into a lot of things. Yeah, so we can make a bunch of these. So let's make, let's order up a big old batch of electronics components to help alleviate some of our storage woes and give us some more, production materials coming up, for things like this, of course. But other than that, is that the only thing we can use gold for? I seem to remember it being somewhat more useful than that. I guess not. I guess that's the only thing that it does. Makes sense why we have so much of it built up then, because there's not really much you can do with it. Yep, nothing much to do with it at all. Wish we could recycle it. You know, recycle it back down into something other than gold. I've started to very aggressively take apart things with the moving on up. I think she's going to limp along and follow us for a few more star systems. And as is tradition on the channel, I kind of like to find somewhere nice for her to rest. But we're definitely going to need to get all of these tech blocks out of there, and some of these soft blocks as well. I don't think you can recycle the shuttles, so we'll just kind of leave the shuttles, I guess. We could abandon them, and that would give us another tech block and a bunch of hull blocks. Always very useful stuff to have. So we might as well do that, I suppose. Just do a bunch of leaving these things floating out in the universe somewhere. And then I believe it's time to say goodbye to the moving on up. This was a beautiful ship. She served us well, but I'm having trouble saying goodbye, but we don't have to say goodbye just yet. I'll save that. It took until stardate 493 for us to be completely finished, but Captain Annie orders from her sleep. She set a Google alert. She set a Google message, like scheduled it to send, so it sent an hour or two into her nap. And Tatiana received the message and went to power up the engines because it's time for us to leave this brand new boneyard we built. The battle of the pirates. I don't know what we should name this battle something, but I'm not sure what. As you can see, here's the hulking masses of the ships we defeated, and this one that was already a derelict, but things got very spicy there for a little while. We did lose a good man, and we almost lost another to the deep darkness of space, I guess was what I was trying to say. But no, successfully we move on. Now we are leaving. Wait, what are we leaving behind? 2 crew and 1 craft. Hang on, I've got shuttle somewhere. Okay, hurry up. Wednesday in Valis. Okay, there we go. Now, that would have been nicer had I been able to. I am noticing right away here, though, this is a problem. The Lotus is not mass supported anymore by just a hair. By a tiny amount. So we need to trade a lot of stuff and get rid of a lot of things. Because that's going to make us slightly less efficient on our jumps. As you can see, the Lotus still has 44 hyper jumps. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but we don't want to lose all of that, all those hyper fuels for no reason. So going up into this area, I'm not seeing too much. I'm not going to go down there, but I will go get this hyper fuel, and then we will move on up, maybe grab that water on our way, that ice rather, on our way back out of this little sector. A sector that has proved to be quite dramatic. The crew of the Lotus, I was looking into our statistics, and we are going through water at an astonishing pace. And so even dropping into a sector right here like this one with 4 pieces of ice on it, that's 8 whole waters, will help. However, at the rate we're going through water, let's just hit P here and show you. Looks like we're going through daily. We're going through about, I don't know, on a bad day, we're going through almost 32 waters, 28 on a good day, a really good day down to 20. So these 4 ices becomes 8 water, becomes maybe a third of our daily usage. So yeah, things are going to get pretty bad pretty quickly unless we find some trading partners and keep that water amount high. We continue our adventure back into the main system here. There's some civilians there, which I don't think can help us with anything. And I thought it looked like it was half explored, but that's not true. So we're going to head down into a relatively safe system, which I imagine we'll go through fairly quickly. And then we're coming up on the cult, a group I think we maybe want to make war with for a couple of reasons. Reason number 1, they will have great stuff. And reason number 2, I don't know, who likes cults, really? Aside from, I guess, the one we joke about having. And so our decision is made. Captain Annie pulls the trigger and tells us to head off into this safe zone. There are no hypersleep chambers left on board, so all 36 of the crew will be just standing around, I guess, for this jump. I don't know if they have any plans. They didn't say anything about Alpha 13 having plans to re-implement the need to do hypersleep or add a gameplay loop that, makes those something that's useful. But yeah, as you can see, I haven't made room for them. Now that would need a much smaller crew. Like this ship with a bunch of bots and half the crew, we wouldn't need all this stuff at the back for the living spaces. We wouldn't need this grow room. We could just live off one grow room. So that would make room to have more hypersleep chambers if we needed it. And so I don't know, maybe the days of having, okay, Lotus, let's go. Thank you, Frank. Maybe the days of having massive crews on these single ships will become an issue in the future. But I just love a single... What is that? I've not seen the green before. Unknown. Well, what's unknown? Oh, my goodness. Well, we have to drop in here. I don't know what unknown is. I don't think I've ever seen that icon show up in the game. To the point that I can't even remember what we were talking about, but it was probably useless. Oh, my goodness. We found it. It's breathtaking. The blues of the oceans, the greens of the forests, and the whites of the cloud formations. It's like someone took the most brilliant colors and combined them into a captivating, beautiful painting. Hanging in the void, but shining like a beacon of hope, a second chance for us. Yet as we look at the most magnificent planet, we cannot help but feel a sadness come over us. Home is where your heart is, and our fleet has been our home all this time. Our fleet embraced us and protected us from a harm as we traveled through the stars. So many memories, so many experiences of hardships and joy. Now as we found Eden, we're faced with a decision. Do we land on this planet and start anew? Or do we stay on our home among the stars? I didn't know you could run into the end of the game like this so quickly. And of course I'm planning, I wouldn't mind landing on Eden, especially with our fears of lack of water, but I haven't had a chance to really look around and get all the crew onto one ship. I haven't had a chance to run many missions, with this ship. So a part of me, and I guess I can't finish off the people I was planning on finishing off in this galaxy because my only two options are generate a new galaxy or end. I suppose that's one way that you could speed run this game, right? Is you just hop from galaxy to galaxy, stopping only if ever you need water or basic supplies. And then you just keep going until you find this. And that technically counts as having beaten the game. But no, I think Captain Annie wants to continue on. And I think so do we. On to different and better stars, Captain Annie takes us into a wormhole and sends us to a new sector. One with, I don't know, some carbon in it. We'll get that carbon. No, I guess we need these metals too to make steel plates. That's something we can sell. And let's take a look here. Are we in fact in a new space? Oh my goodness. Laid out before us is a whole other system to conquer. Full of aliens, an abundant resource system over there. That'll be nice. We've got the Baron down here. The Android Collective, a safe system up here. Full of aliens to conquer over there. The cults are way up here. I guess we could go back to them. I assume this is the end game of this galaxy is in here somewhere. But my goodness, we have started a bold new adventure, I guess. Oh, that's good. There's some military right here. So let's mine these items and try to get some of these prisoners from... I mean, now, when I send these people off to justice, this military faction will be like, well, listen, I mean, they're from a whole other star system. Maybe they'll just release all these people and we're going to have to face them down again. But I certainly can't keep feeding them, so we have to release them, even though they're now way further away from their homes than they ever thought they would be. It looks like this new system is very far away from the star, or at least where we're starting here. And so we've started to have this rolling blackout problem again. I was leaning on the solar panels for production a lot more than I thought I was. So we can only ever produce 80 out of both of these power generators. So I think what we need to do is fix the connections here. We're going to clip all these connections off and make these all... expert. We're going to make these all advanced ones. Special link throttled in. No, the other way around. So we'll go special link throttled in. There, like this. So that way, once these get low, this thing will shut off. The idea is that we can let this power down before we let anything else power down. And we'll see if that helps us with our consumption a little bit. It's not looking too good. We might have to run up another generator. I'm not sure, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Suffice it to say, maybe we need... Okay, wait, why is this so high? Maybe the throttling in is going the wrong direction. Suffice it to say, we're going to have to start being careful with our power. We're in a bold new world, and we have no idea what kinds of things we're about to run into. Stardate 495, in an effort to chase down the military. We should have stopped there and gotten that hyperfuel, but we're doing okay for hyperfuel, so I thought, okay, let's just go get the military. Well, they've left us, but the pirates seem to want to chat. Okay, well, that was... we were able to avoid them, so that's fine. If we wait... Okay, maybe now we can go talk to the military. I really just want to sell off those people that I have, those prisoners. But we will go get those pirates in just a second. I don't think they've heard of the Lotus yet. So we do have an advantage there. Let's take a look at what this new universe has to offer in terms of ships. A fairly strong-looking ship. Yeah, fairly good shields and just as big of a weapons complement as we have. Definitely not to be trifled with, but that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to trifle. We're here to, whatever the opposite of trifle is. And as a tip, remember, when you're trading people and you start to see anything less than about 700 credits for a person, know that they have run out of money, and they're not going to change the deal here. So you're still getting one hyper fuel and one root vegetable. So I'm getting a carrot and some gas and $90 for her. So I am not going to do that, but I will release her for free and just gain a slight relationship boost. But now for the rest of the soldiers, the captives that I'm waiting to get rid of. What was that? Captor hanged? What did Evelyn say? There's now... For the rest of those prisoners, what I am going to do is start to do a bunch of necessary trades over to the Lotus. I'm not even going to worry about money. I'm just going to take what I need and just pay cash for it, at which point we will have a little bit more leverage to trade our prisoners back. So this is basically just a way of getting, free trade in a way. Prisoners become very useful at this point in the game. And now with that trade done, we're back up to taking 764 credits for our people. So I think we can do probably 3 more of these before we need to do another round of trade. And this is really going to take a lot of the pressure off of that side of the ship, at least, and our oxygen generation, which means I won't go through that water. So I could probably get rid of at least 1, maybe 2 of the oxygen generators around that area as well. All right, let's keep getting rid of... Not Harkwood. We like Harkwood. And we're not keeping Nathan, so we're going to ask for Nathan. A settlement. Oxygen saturation is now sitting at a healthy 87. It's not ideal, but again, I don't want to have all this crap in the hallway, so I'm going to dismantle that and see how this does. Gives us an idea of kind of the max that we want to be having at any time in the prison anyway. So we'll do that, and we'll keep working here. The power situation has seemed to organize itself, so that brief little thing, I think the throttling this connection here, because the industry, takes a lot of power, so throttling that helped a little bit, I would wager. It's looking kind of dark in here, isn't it? Something that some floor lights might help, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait a bit for that. One interesting thing I've noticed while perusing my ship and making sure everything's running smoothly, Kathy here actually has no ability to recruit her, and it has see info icon next to name for more information. So I hover over this, and I have not seen this before, but it kind of gives you an idea of who you can sell those people to, who you can send them to justice to. And Kathy says, I cannot recruit them until you take them captive with a drafted crew member. So for some reason, Kathy doesn't see herself as a captive. So we're going to bring Tank in here and I guess claim her as a captive and see if that triggers it. So I'm not sure if that's an interesting bug or if that's actually kind of some sort of thing that they're putting together. Oh no, Harwood. Just join us so that we can, so we can get you a proper bed or something. Okay, he's talking to Kathy. Kathy appears to have gone to bed or something. I'm not sure. Okay, well, now we can recruit her, though, so whatever that was, that seemed to work. Great work, Tank. Back to work, sir. Stardate 497, and we move out. The cultists are on their way in, but, you know, we don't have time to just stop and chat with every old cultist. Although I guess now we are going to stop and chat with them because I do want this Energium, and I do want to find these pirates here. So we'll do a little more resource grabbing, but keep an eye out for that pirate ship to make our first claim and make our first mark on this new solar system, this new galaxy. I've just completed a series of very advantageous trades here, and I'm trying to make a few more. These cultists have an absolute wonderful amount of resources. So I got a lot of water and energy rods from them, and I'm just trying to, like, get some of the money back into their coffer so I can trade it back again. But carefully, trying not to trade too much of this stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you definitely win easily when we take over some pirate vessels, like what we're about to try to do in a little bit here. So I'm going to do this trade here, which will get me a tech block. And then I think I even want to do, like, a few more trades to get some stuff. But I also might do some garbage trades just to get rid of some various things. Like, I really have too many of these noble metals here. Oh, but they can't even afford it. Okay, well, that's fine. So we have a difference of 321. So we should be able to grab, like, a super block out of that and maybe one of those. That'll cost me 200 doubloons. So we'll do that a couple more times until it is working in our favor just a little bit more. So we have a profit of... Okay, well, they're going to have... Let's let those two trades complete, and then they'll have a bit more money to play with. We can also take a look. The military was... We were just talking to the military, so I don't think they've, you know, generated any new and interesting supplies for us. Not compared to the cultists, I'll say that much. Man, maybe we should stay friends with the cult. I don't know. Those are some good trading items. We've landed in a sector with a derelict vessel, the ACS, the Renspitfire, which is a very cool name. And we're doing 2 away teams this time, but we'll have them split up a little bit just for added, I don't know, drama, I guess. And while we're doing this, it does make me think about the fact that we are going to need some more tech blocks. We're going to need to get a couple more pieces here to make sure that the Lotus is up and combat ready. There are pirates nearby, and we're going to want to deal with them. Okay, yeah, they're not going to last very long. That wasn't even that big of a hit there. So Team 1 moves forward. Oh, let's probably go get those data logs, etc. And so I think, you know, maybe we'll find a space station where we can drop our lovely ship off, the moving on up. Or maybe, just maybe, we need to go back to where we first entered this galaxy and make that the spot where we, you know, say goodbye to her, so to speak. Let's work through this hauler here. Those are some big bites on Kathy there. Kathy's taken a lot of pretty bad hits there just now, but I think she'll be okay. Where is Kathy here? Yeah, nothing regressive, so she'll be okay. In the meantime, I think this is working much better. It was honestly a lot easier to get all of those folks out of the ship and on, while there was no fear that they would be, you know, going to the wrong one. Okay, not a very big haul, not a very useful haul, but we'll send that over to the Lotus. And we're going to continue dismantling and sending stuff over to this ship because basically we're going to want to deconstruct it pretty soon here. I think I might actually dismantle this because that's going to solve a lot of our problems. Is there... Because it generates over 40. It's hard to see. Okay, this thing generates 11. Okay, so this needs virtually no power to operate. So let's, like, link... That should be able to link to this. If I cut that off... Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. Oh, sorry. Let's do a regular connection to there. There we go. And let's dismantle this. Now, we might have to preemptively move this over to here or something. Yeah, that doesn't seem to block anything. So there, it'll be powered there. So let's move that decisively over there. And then this stuff over here might get unpowered. Okay, that's been unpowered. So we'll just move that over to there. And this, you know, we might not even need it anymore, but we'll just move it somewhere. There. That'll be powered over there. There. So that's freed up a lot of tech blocks, and I think that's going to help get this thing truly ready for battle. We just need, yeah, maybe. We just need a few more energy blocks, and then we'll get our guns up and running. A couple more solar panels just for fun. And this ship will be ready for those pirates that are lurking out there. Speaking of pirates lurking, we've managed to find them. So I'm going to pull the moving on up back, and I want to see how the Lotus fares up against these guns. We have a similar oh, we're missing one of our guns. We have a similar complement of weaponry, but hopefully we'll go red alert on everything. Yeah, actually, let's go red alert on operations. There we go. We have hopefully a similar complement. However, we have... oh, no, they have the same amount of shield generators. Okay, so this could be a spicy battle where we're a little outclassed. And so we might want to think about, I don't know, attacking them. We might want to think about boarding them some other time, I guess. I don't know. But let's at least start firing with our weaponry. Maybe we could focus fire on taking out some of their weapons first. But first, we really need somebody to run to their stations there. Thank you very much, Miles. That took forever. So Miles is from Team 1, but we might keep him aboard here. Team 2, 3, and 4, in the meantime, should probably prepare themselves. So we're going to go... Wait, where is Axel? Axel, where do you think you're going? Axel, get over here. There's a full-on battle happening, and you're just, like, heading over to another... This was exactly what I tried to program you not to do. So we're going to draft this team and get them to board there. We're going to draft Team 3 and have them board over here. Team 2, Axel, what's your plan here? Axel is now over here. We're going to draft you and bring you over to this vessel there. So some of the folks are trading up a little bit off of that. In the meantime, we have their shields getting lower. But the moving on up has certainly taken a beating, and is continuing to take a beating as well. They're going to have to be careful because there's not much left of this vessel, and there's not that much crew left to keep it in one piece. Now, when they say they are going to need to be careful, I, of course, do mean me, who's managing them. Oh, it seems they've taken off. Okay. Well, until I get some kind of jammer, that might actually be what's going to always happen. So why don't we keep them drafted and in those shuttles, and let's spool up our engines real quick and try to chase them down. What we might do is let's also get operations on this loaded up and navigation loaded up on red alert, so that as soon as we land, we can ask for a ceasefire, and unfortunately we're just going to have to cheese them that way. Otherwise, they're just going to keep jumping. In a clever attempt at cowardice, the pirates attempted to evade us one more time, but they did not. And in fact, Kathy was even recruited. We're doing so good at this. Okay, so let's bring our vessels to bear over here. And I guess we're not that much in a rush, though, are we? We just don't have to fire on them for a second. And then we can bring over the command team, too, as well. Let's just draft them and bring them over here. And then let's hail the slavers. Let's hail the SGS Vocal. I would love to absolutely clobber a ship and just destroy it, but I think that's going to be a cat and mouse game, and we just don't have time for that right now. So let's confirm our ceasefire. Yasna has accepted the ceasefire. That was very brave of you, Yasna. You may, in fact, be our only captive that we decide to keep alive. Yes, that's right. Captain Annie has ordered to not let them go easily. She just stopped just short of saying, take no prisoners, but we know what she means. Our vessels prepare to board. I don't know how, seeing all three of these vessels and a fourth on the way, you wouldn't just immediately start firing on our ship, but hey, here we are. Kathy, I've decided, is the first in, and we declare war on this ship. Another one gets ready to board. Now, somebody was telling me, I forget who it was, I think it was maybe Snowflake or the King, was saying that there is a way that you can get them all to board and then all cruise in at once. And I think you have to dock them outside or something like that. I mean, we could try that. Let's try that with the captain's team. Let's just, like, dock them out here and see if there's a way to just have them board. Heck, let's try it with this team, too. There we go. We're just going to dock like that. All right. I don't think our team has had any major problems getting on board. We don't seem to have taken very much damage, and so our soldiers make their ingress into the ship. Now they're a little spread out, so I'm gonna have to be careful. But if I take team 2, whoops, don't do that. This is Team 3. So if I take Team 3 over here, can they just float in? Oh, okay, yeah, so you can. You can dock everybody outside and then just airlock your way in, and that also does look very cool when they enter that way. So, I mean, that's pretty cool as well. So Team 1 now enters. Now that the troops have secured the access, the captain strides in to the storage bay. Some more fire opens, and Draven, well, he didn't do so well, and I don't want to have to heal him, so we'll take care of that. They're still firing on our ships, and our shields are almost down, so they're ordered to move quicker into the main hold. In the meantime, Team 1 will hold the locker. Oh, wait, hang on. They came around from behind us. Okay, good. So Team 3 and 4 will continue forward to the command deck and blast their way through. Jack gave up quite a fight, but it was not enough. Oh my goodness. A veritable... Kezia did not want to give up there. That was a veritable bloodbath here, but we're going to deal with Yasna. Oh no, wait. Yasna was the one we wanted to keep. Never mind. We like Yasna, but I don't think she's going to survive. She has too many regressing wounds there. Team 3, let's get you guys over that way. Team 4, go and explore up... just go over there. And Team 2, let's bring you guys this way. Team 1, Captain Annie, moves forward to talk to Yasna and accept her surrender. We give up. Please accept a ceasefire. We're going to decline, unfortunately. Although I guess we could take 1,500 credits, hyperfuel, artificial meal, and 1 water. Like, if we're in a pinch, we could always just take those, trade-offs and, just move on. We haven't actually tried just taking a settlement. But I don't really want to take just a settlement because I believe once we've fully explored this ship, we're going to find that it is packed to the gills with supplies that's going to make our lives just a bit easier. With the ship fully explored, the team breaks off, some back to collect the prisoners and some to go and tell Mavis that she's no longer a slave. Ugh, could you just imagine a culture of people that keep slaves? They are all to be killed by Captain Annie's crew. So we're going to free them all and make them refugees. So they will join our ship, of which we have 1 more refugee, and then we've got all these prisoners to bring aboard as well. The slavers, not listening, seem to start walking away, and that prompts our team to get very upset with them. So a bit of gunfire breaks out, and unfortunately, those that held up the cargo bay are slaughtered mercilessly. And I mean, listen, my crew doesn't like dealing with slavers. It's just not in their blood to be helpful to them. And also, it's not in our blood to feed them with all of the water that we have on our vessel. The shuttles break away, and all the soldiers head back to the vessel because, as we have planned, they are not the ones sticking around to deal with all this stuff. And let's take a look at what our haul is. 5 waters, so, I mean, what is that, a quarter of a day? But there's some other supplies here that are going to make our lives a little easier. And then, of course, all these folks will become a little bit of water themselves as well. New Kathy feels delighted to work on this new ship, even though the industrial sector is without power, but that's okay, because that's just because we're trying to balance out the power on the rest of the ship. I might need to add more power generation, seeing as how this vessel is now basically finished, and kind of requiring a lot of power to run, so only 2 power generators might not be enough. In the meantime, Kathy here, new Kathy, we need to change her name. Now, she's a 3 in weapons, and has about a 78% accuracy once we get some food in her, of course. So with the right weaponry, Kathy here could be pretty good. So I'm going to preemptively give her green fatigues, as she will join our shooty team. If and when somebody dies, we just need to find another person like this and bring them on. I think I have 2 other people that are currently not assigned. So we could even have a 5th attack team if we wanted. So I believe she needs a new name, so we're going to go with the Irish spelling of Kathy and just call her Kathy. So she's, in a sense, allowed to keep her name. Although, is this ship allowed to keep its captain? Because we cannot control the power on this. Of course, here, take a screenshot of my layout here, and you guys tell me if you see any better ways to do this. This seems to be not very good at providing power. I'm not sure why. Oh, maybe because it's all getting dragged into here. So what we need to do is, I think, create some kind of alternate way of feeding power into the industrial area, so that this route here doesn't fill up here, then into here, before filling up the rest of the ship. So we need this to be low priority for power, because it simply isn't as important as running some of the other stuff. But as soon as this reaches a certain threshold, some of that power immediately goes into here, rather than spreading throughout the rest of the ship to ensure greater flow and a greater, amount of stable electricity. Yep. A lot left to be done, a lot left to fix on board the Lotus, but certainly we are going to need to get rid of this vessel at some point, and move forward in this brand new galaxy. Love watching the bots and our engineering team hard at work over here on board our recent kill. We're not going to take any of this scrap, of course, but it has freed up a couple more nice resources, which we will, of course, be taking and bringing. Oh, we don't need that rubble yet. I don't know what that's going to be for. Maybe for research purposes after Alpha 13. But another successful day, another successful, and almost a couple of deaths, unfortunately, but another beautiful adventure taken out on the SCS Lotus. We're going to have to work on fixing this power. I swear I will become as good as those of you who leave comments down below the video. As long as you keep leaving those comments, I will eventually learn, I promise. I mean, really, our problems could be solved with just another power generator, I guess. And in the next episode, I believe we need to say goodbye. Find a nice spot to say goodbye to the SCS moving on up. But I hope you found this to be some truly solid content. And we will see you all and Captain Annie in the next episode of Space Haven. Sorry, I know I was going to conclude the episode, but I think I solved at least some of my power problems. Look at these things. I didn't even notice this, but the water collectors, I mean, have you ever seen such a draw? 5 point something per second. On a good day, on a low day, it's 1 something or 2 something. And I actually installed a bunch of these because I saw that I had a lot of water vapor lying around. But, like, we just can't afford these, because if I dismantle 2 of these, what am I doing? Like, let's just freeze right now and see what they're using. 5.1 and 5. So if I dismantle 2 of these, my energy draw is down by 10, which is, like, the consumption here is out of control. So I kind of need to think about, like, where did I install some? I put another one here, so I've immediately removed 15 consumption off of my my circuit here, and that's crazy. I don't think anything else uses water to that, or a power to that extent. Hang on, what's this? 10 per second. Oh, I see. So it's also charging these, maybe, that uses up quite a lot of power. So having all those bots has created a little bit of a draw as well, although not nearly as much as those water vapor things. As soon as they're powered up, that's 15 that I pulled off the circuit. My goodness. Everyone just hanging out here because, yes, we have too many crew now and not enough logistics, especially when we don't have an industry up and running. But I think I've fixed that a little bit. Okay, like I said, video concluded. We'll see you again in the next episode. Phew.